recording. So we have this on file permanently, and we're live. All right. Good to see everybody. Okay, so the theme, if we're talking about knees, in terms of rehab, the knee is a very simple joint. It just does this, right? It does not want to twist. It does not want to laterally bend, right? It's not like the hip. It's not like the ankle. It's not like the shoulder. So the key on making your knees healthy, and all of us, I've dealt with knee issues in the past, is to make sure that the joints around it, above and below, are really happy, are really mobile, right? So if you have, for instance, a hip that doesn't do the right thing, that doesn't rotate, or that doesn't support you in this plane here, then the knee takes the brunt of it, right? So it's like, and similarly with the ankle, if the ankle doesn't twist and appropriately bend, then the knee bends instead, okay? As I talked about last week, we had this continuum of joints that want stability and joints that want mobility, right? A knee, obviously, is one that wants to be stable, right? The ankle wants to be mobile, wants to be able to move. The hip wants to be mobile. The low back wants to be stable. And you see how it goes every other joint all the way up through the body. Mobility, stability, mobility, stability, all the way up. So if we mobilize the joints around the ones that want to be stable, then they give those joints a better chance of doing the right thing and staying healthy. So that's part of what our standard warm-up is that we do here, is mobilizing those key joints, right? So we don't do a lot of mobilizing of the knee, we do mobilizing of the hip and the ankle. So let's go ahead and start with that idea. And this is not just for Morgan, it's for all of us. So go ahead and tip your feet to the inside and to the outside alternately. We got someone else jumping in here. It's good to see. My eyes are unable to pick up on who that is from here. I'll see in just a minute. Okay, great. Good. And now go ahead and circle gently. Take it slow, right? Pressing down, mobilizing through the toes, right? We want to have smart toes. We want to have smart feet. Let's go the other direction. Make sure we're breathing. Everything else is nice and aligned. Drop by your side. Let's switch to the other foot. Rotate to the inside. Breathing nicely as you do that. Let's go the other way. Pressing down, pressing down. Good. So again, just in terms of the strategy here, now we've mobilized the feet and the ankles, right? We go up one joint. We skip the knees because those want to be stabilized. And then we're going to go to the hips. So we're going to rotate through the hips. Rotate through the hips. Yeah, so the more mobile, and by mobile, what do we mean? We don't just mean flexible. We don't just mean, oh, I can passively stretch my hips. We mean that we can control the joint through a large range of motion, okay? That's a different idea. Switch the direction of your hips. That's a different idea than just the capacity to passively stretch a joint, right? So when I have you guys rotate the hips here, we're contracting the glutes, right? So you contract the glutes, and then that tells your nervous system how to stabilize that joint in its more extreme ranges of motion. Okay, great. So let's go ahead to the shoulders, the scapular joints, right? Notice again, we skip this joint complex of the core, because that's an area that we want to stabilize. And we'll get into stabilizing that area in just a moment. Let's go the other direction with the shoulders. So all this stuff has been thought through. See? You guys didn't have to think through any of this. All right. Good job. Go for it with the hands. Send the arms out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Circle going forward. The thing you can be aware of, and I'm always harping on, is position of the feet, right? We don't want this position. I'm totally guilty of that. I do it all the time. But we want to have the feet fairly straight. Let's go the other direction. Take the thumbs back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Go back. Open up the chest. This is good. And then point those thumbs down toward the shoulders. So you can make contact with the shoulders with the thumbs, right? And contact with the head with those knuckles so that we have reference points. So we know where those hands are. So now it's interesting. This is a double thing, right? We're stabilizing through scapular joints, but we're mobilizing through the glenohumeral joint, the actual shoulder joint, or the humerus contacts or connects to the torso. Good. All right, leave that alone. Go ahead and drop those arms. Big circles going back. Do some back stroking here. Big circles. So the other thing, if we're talking about, either coming off an injury, a surgery, or just having a little tweak, it's all kind of the same it's on the same continuum. You want to avoid impact, right? So, and you want to avoid, moving particularly fast. You want to be very conscious. Let's go forward with those arms down. We're very conscious of what that joint is doing, because in part what you're doing is you're restoring the capability of the joint to sense what's going on above and below, right? That becomes impaired when you have an injury, because the primary thing when you're injured, primary thing you're feeling is the pain, the injury, right? Go left and right. So the nerves, they're less able to hear through all that noise. So if you go slowly when you're working, then you can kind of get the signal. Oh, I see where the floor is. I see where my foot and my ankle, left and right. You can kind of reteach the joint how to do its job. Left and right, left and right. This is good. Now head forward and back. And go ahead and full circle through the head. This is good. Nice to have people zooming in on a Wednesday. Wednesday is often a smaller day. So the other direction of the head. Full circle here. Now again, as I often say, you can let those shoulders go. You can let those hips go if you want. So it's really a full circle here of the upper body. Oh, yes. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let's go down into a lunge position. So let's do this. We'll take one leg, step it back, place the hands inside that front leg, okay? So this leg, you want about a 90-degree angle in this knee. You want this shin to be vertical. Now, what if I can't get into this position? Then a couple options. If I have a table, I can do something like this, and I just drop my hips as far as I can. Now, I want to have that back knee pretty locked out, okay? And I want to have this shin, again, vertical. So I don't want to be way forward so that knee is way out over the toe. Now, I'm just going to hold this. I'm going to take my inside arm, the arm that's on the side of the leg that's forward, and I'll bring that arm down and under, and then I'm going to reach it overhead. Down and under, reach it overhead. So we got a lot going on in this move, right? We're opening up that hip flexor in the back leg. That's important. We're opening up the groin in the front leg, also important. And we're opening up the thoracic spine, the ribs. This rotational move here in the upper body. So a lot going on just in this one little move. This is a high payoff move. Let's switch legs. So then the front leg goes back leg goes to the front. And again, we're in this position. Check and make sure that this knee is like a plumb line with the foot to the heel, okay? This foot is here. The back leg is straight and locked out. Then take the front arm up and down. Breathe open, rotation, yeah? Thorax, the whole rib cage. That's an area that definitely wants mobility. We really want to open that up. And this is a great way of doing it. Pulling that shoulder blade onto the back. Back leg straight. Open that up. All right, good. Ah, that's good. Come to standing. Woo, that's nice. Okay, so now, as we did a couple times last time, I think, since I'm indoors again, let's hold on to the edge of something. If you don't have something, you can do this move, free body if you want to. I like holding on to something just because I have it here. So it's kind of up to you. Now you want to find this position where the feet are, 3 feet away maybe from the edge of what you're working with. Then take one leg back and drop the chest down to the ground. So we're moving into Grace Jones again. Supporting legs more or less straight. Bring that chest close down to the ground. Then you're just alternating legs. And again, you can do this without a desk or a table, as we often do. Lift that leg as high as you can. Looking for a stretch, among other things, in that supporting leg. Bring that leg back. Oh yeah, feels fantastic. And also a little bit, tight in there. I don't know when stretching tipped over from being painful to being something I really enjoyed, but it did. Couple more each side. 1, 2, last one each side. 1 and 2. All right, nice. Good. We are through with the warm-up. Thank you very much for doing that. Go ahead and have a drink of water if you want it, and we will move on to more stuff. Oh, it's Tamara. Hi. Hi, Tamara. That's who that was. Good to see you. Okay, so again, we can think about the whole, in many ways, the whole workout in terms of this mobility, stability thing. So if now we've kind of mobilized certain things, now we can talk about stabilizing certain things. So we're talking about stabilizing the core, right? So what that means is we're going to move into movements in which these muscles are encouraged to fire up and get strong and stabilize the spine. So here we go. Come on down. Let's do a simple plank, okay? Check your forearms. Make sure they're parallel. Turn the palms down. Extend the legs out. Come onto the balls of the feet. Tuck the pelvis under. Nice and long and strong through that, through those arms. Pressing the floor away with your elbows. Hold on to that. Draw the head back also. You don't want the head down here like this. Draw the head back. So we're going to do a simple plank on this for just a little bit longer here. Tuck the pelvis under. Nice contraction through the stomach. So this is going to be a little mind to muscle thing, right? We're not flailing around. We're not doing a whole lot of work. We're putting the mind to muscle. We're pressing the elbows down, tucking the pelvis under, and holding on to that nice and strong. So it's a very simple move. Great. Keep going on this. Let's go about another 10 seconds on this. Just a static hold plank. Very simple. So feel that you're stabilizing, right? Learning to fire these muscles up so that they prevent extra motion in that low back. All right? 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, a little bit more complicated, right? We go on the back. Okay? Going on to the back. Let's bring both legs up. Let's bring them kind of wide here. Okay? Reaching the hands toward the feet. On a breath out, lower down. Keeping that lower back on the ground. Breathe in as we come up. Breathe out. Breathe in as we come up. Relax, man, here. Okay? Keep going through that. Lowering down. Now, as much as possible, you want those legs to be locked out. If that's not possible, just bend them 90 degrees, okay? Bend them 90 degrees to make that move just a little bit easier, right? It's like a baby. Pop and up, right? You do this, all the better. Right? Keep that lower back glued to the ground. That's learning to stabilize. That's the abs doing their job, stabilizing through the lower back. Good. Let's keep going. 10 more seconds on this. Staying strong. We're just going to keep rolling through this. And we're going to, just a minute, we're going to do a little more hip mobility. Okay? Good. 3, 2, 1, stop. Great. Okay. Very simple. We're going to go back to our old tried and true here, kicking that leg back. Okay? So, again, this is, if you're talking knee rehab, knee help, mobilizing that hip, key important point, key important aspect of that. So let's kick it back. Now make sure we're really toe to the ground, right? Keep those arms locked out. Then bring that knee high to the side, bring the knee to the chest, and kick it back, and repeat. Big circles, kick back, big circles, kick back, big circle. Yep, keep that those arms long so the movement is coming from that hip. Really want to mobilize through that hip, but don't shortchange it. Nope, I'm kicking back and then to the side. Go back, toe to the ground, and then circle around. Couple more. Back, back, and around. Now in reverse directions. So we bring the knee to the chest, out to the side, big circle, 1, big circle, 2, big circle, find the center line with the toe to the ground, 4, 5, 6, let's do one more, 7. Now we switch to the other leg, okay? So other leg, same thing. Let's go get on the horse, right? Kick back. Then we go toe to the ground, big circle around. Big circle around, there's two. Big circle around. So you really want to mobilize that hip through its full range of motion. But one thing we miss here is what's called adduction, bringing the knee across the center line. But that's okay. We've got abduction, we've got extension. All those movements, we've got external rotation. Let's go the other way so we can get out to the side and then center line. This is a little tougher because it's hard to find that externally rotated position. But do your best. Keep looking for it. And if that glute is on and working, then you're doing it right. Couple more. This is one, should be an everydayer, particularly if you have knee issues. That should be an everydayer, what we just did. Get on the horse, get off the horse. Okay, let's go back to the back. So here we are. Bring the legs up, feet flex back, breathe out, and then breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Reaching up. Now, if this is really hard, just bend those legs. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. Keeping that lower back close to the ground. Let's do 20 more seconds. Come on now. Other thing to remember, whenever you have any kind of injury, is that you can do what you can do, right? So that means anything, if you got a knee thing, certainly anything with the core, anything with the upper body is totally fair game. All right, let's keep going. 5 more seconds to go. And then we might do one more little glute thing and then we'll move on. Good, stop. Okay, so let's get into the old, I like to call Jennifer Beals. I think that she's the actress from Flashdance, I'm not sure. Flashdance, we just call it that. Bring the leg out to the side, 45 degrees. Give me up and down with that leg. 20 seconds. Now this is real direct into the glute. Up and down, control as much as you can. Good control. Keep the foot flexed, arms long, right? You don't want to be doing this. I'm going to keep those arms long. The whole movement comes from the hip. So if you can only lift it that high from the hip, that's as high as you lift it. Good, stop there. Other side, 45 degrees out to the back, up and down. Here we go. Arms long. Getting into that glute. Firing it up strong. 10 more seconds. Come on, folks. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, good. There we go. One more ab, why not? Okay, so we're gonna go with, let's go simple, let's go dead bug, so the arms reach up. In this position, we can feel the lower back on the ground. Now what you're gonna do is one leg is gonna shoot out close to the ground, the opposite arm is gonna come overhead. Then we come back to center. Then it's the opposite leg and the opposite arm, and then back to center. Notice that the other leg and the other arm stay still, right? I'm not doing this with that arm. I'm keeping that arm still and vertical. So we're practicing our contralateral movement, our capacity to move the arm along with the opposite leg. Key skill, key life skill, just important to kind of drill that as we go along. Keep going, give me about 8 more seconds on this. Be very precise with this movement. Press that lower back to the ground, really stabilize, no movement through here. That's what we want. We want to minimize that movement. Good, stop. Okay, last one here, simple, just a little palate cleanser. Come back to all fours. Give me an arm opposite leg reach. So one leg kicks back, toe to the ground, opposite arm comes forward, thumb up to the sky. Then I go other side, arm opposite leg. So you feel that this is kind of the opposite movement, right? Or should I say complementary movement, yeah? Arm opposite leg. So it's the same idea as the dead bug. We're just doing it in an all fours as opposed to on the back. Okay? But it's the same thing. We're learning how to move arm opposite leg. All right? Keep going. Let's go 10 more seconds. This would take a little break. We're doing good. This is nice. It's good kind of little, just firing up the right stuff, really mobilizing hips, really stabilizing spine. Those two things just on their own are really going to help back health, really going to help knee health, joint health in general, okay? Great, 3, 2, 1, let's stop that. Come up standing, have yourself a drink of water. Very nice job. Yeah, These are high payoff, right? Mobilizing all your joints, stabilizing through the core, getting the hips and the glutes really fired up. That alone, so we've done like 18 minutes or so, something like that, 19 minutes. That alone is great. Right now, you should be feeling like, hey, I'm feeling pretty loose now. I'm feeling pretty good. That's because you fired up those nerves and got the right muscles online, stretched out the right things, and now should be ready to go. Okay, great. Now, how do we work out? How do we exercise? How do we create a training effect in the areas, in the lower body in particular, when everything's a little bit ouchy? I'll show you. Get yourself a chair, very simple. We're gonna hold on to the back of that chair so our stability is a little better. Now, if you're feeling 100%, you're good, you don't need the chair. You can grab a couple dumbbells, okay? But if you're feeling a little wonky, you need a chair, okay? I'm gonna show you from the side. Take the outside leg, the leg that's away from the chair, and you wanna put that leg forward. The leg towards the chair is gonna go back, okay? I'm gonna stay nice and tall. I'm gonna lower myself down. Now, I want this knee to be basically vertical. I don't wanna come way here. I want to be basically vertical. And I'm going to put my mind in this muscle right here. I'm just going to do a simple static lunge. Simple static lunge, okay? Keep going just like that. We want to control that descent. Yeah, and again, if I want dumbbell, if I want a little more weight, I can just hold this weight in one hand to the outside hand. And I'm just lightly holding this for balance. Coming down, getting into that front leg, not just the quad, but also the glute, okay? Keep going. Let's give me about another 15 seconds on this. So really work on that leg. Take your time on the descent. Really focus on that. And if you get joint pain, limit the range of motion. If you go, that feels good, okay, bad there, stop there. And stay away from that pain area. We want to avoid that. Great. Leave it alone. Chair goes on the other side. Now we got two legs, right? So outside leg is the one that's forward. Dumbbell and outside hand if you want it. Take it down. Bring it up. Take it down. Bring it up. That's the move. Okay? Just very simple. Really focus on that lowering portion if you have heavy legs, right? Come down and up, right? Down slow and then up at a controlled pace. Okay? So again, every movement is not just for muscles, it's for nerves, it's for brains, right? So we're reconnecting. How does the body move? How do I organize my movement when I'm lowering myself down? Head to toe, right? If you're just sitting on a machine and you're doing a movement which just isolates that, that's okay. But really movement, in life, movement doesn't happen like that. It happens in 3 dimensions, yeah? 5 more seconds to go on this one. Guys are doing fantastically. All right, stop, good, okay. Now, I'm gonna give you a few options on this, okay? If you're feeling super tough, I want you to grab a couple dumbbells and we do a renegade row, okay? If you are feeling less tough, okay, you do this move without dumbbells, just do a regular push-up. The next version is just doing the hands on the desk, okay? So this is our push-up variation, okay? I'm gonna have everyone start. Here's your push-up, we know how to do that. Draw the shoulder blades together as you lower yourself, keep the body very straight, okay? Next version up, next more difficult. Your straight regular push-up. Take it down, touch the chest, and come up. Your next version, holding dumbbells. Take it down, give me 1 pull and 1 pull, okay? So your choice, okay, just depends on how you're feeling today, okay? But regardless of which one you choose, I said this many times, make sure it looks good, okay? If you're like, I'm gonna go the hardest one, and you're struggling, your body's flopping all over the place, it's not doing you much good. So you might be better off elevating your hands and really focusing on the right thing, okay? All right, let's keep going. Give me 10 more seconds on this guy, and we'll do 1 more. How are we doing on time? 7:55, we have 15 more minutes to go. We're doing good, we're doing just fine. And let's hold it right there, great. Okay, so here's our move now. We're gonna do an RDL into a row, okay? So one of my favorite combo moves. So let's get the image that you're wearing. I've said this many times, sorry for people who know this one. You're wearing a really tight winter coat. So this torso cannot rotate, nor can it bend left and right. All I can do is bend this way. My torso is gonna stay completely straight, okay? When I fold, I'm gonna bend my knees slightly, all right? Now I'm gonna have my dumbbells in my hands, okay? I'm gonna fold, into that position. I'm going to hold at that position with my torso. I'm going to row these dumbbells up, then release, then come back up to standing. Fold, row, release, stand. 4 distinct movements, right? So it's not fold, and also I'm making sure I'm folding far forward. I'm not turning it into an upright row. I want to keep those shoulders down toward my hips. Fold, row, release, and stand. Fold, stretching the hamstrings there. Row, pulling the shoulder blades back, release, and stand. The whole time, my lower back is super flat, if not a little bit arched, right? I am not rounding like this. The whole movement comes from my hips, all right? Let's keep going. Got 10 more seconds on this. This is great for the whole posterior chain, everything that's back there. Again, we gotta fire those muscles up if you want everything to work well, okay? Great, stopping there. Okay, good. Let's go back to our lovely chair-supported static lunge. So remember, it's the outside leg that comes forward. If you don't need the chair, you don't need the chair. If you want dumbbells for a little more resistance, that's totally cool too. So outside leg comes to the front. We drop down and we come up. Take your time on this. Take your time. Really resist when you go down. Don't just drop it down. And watch yourself in the camera if you can. Make sure that knee at no point collapses in. It shouldn't because everything's kind of fired up now. But if you see that knee start to collapse in, put your mind in it and make sure it stays upright, okay? The other thing you do, of course, is limit the range of motion, like I said before. Just go halfway. All right, let's keep going 10 seconds more on this side, then we'll switch it up. We'll switch it up. 5, 4, 3. Hey, an actual sun coming through the window. How about that? I haven't seen that in a few days. All right, so now outside leg again, right? Switching the chair. Let's drive it down and come up. Take it down. Take your time. By the way, the back leg on this is bending. The back leg is bending, 90 degrees. See that? We're not turning into this, okay? The back leg bends. It's almost like, you know, I got a lot of actors on here. So think like Renaissance back. Yes, we come down. Yes, I'm wearing an appropriate shirt here. It's my Shakespeare shirt. We think bowing to the king, right? All right, we're getting there. Give me 10 seconds on this side and we will work both sides nicely. And then we're gonna go back to our lovely push-up. Good, 3, 2, 1, stop there. Okay, so choose your variation on push-up. Your hands are elevated, your hands are on the floor, your hands are on dumbbells. You make the call, okay? So I'm gonna just demo this again with the dumbbells. Here we go, let's start. Taking it down, lower it down, and then push, and then give me a row with one side, row with the other side. Take it down, bring those shoulder blades together, one and then the other. Or, also completely cool, if I'm gonna do this one, I wanna make sure those shoulder blades come together and I wanna get contact right about here, right about kind of sternum level, yeah? Right about at William's lace collar there. That's where I want contact on that thing, on the table. The shoulder blades come together. Great, give me about 5 more seconds. And we go back to our RDL, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's stop, good. Dumbbells in hands on this. Everyone needs dumbbells, okay? General rule in life, everyone needs dumbbells. Feet parallel shoulder width, check that. Zip up that winter coat that doesn't let your torso move. Fold at the hips. Stretching those hamstrings feels fantastic. Lock that position in, row it up, take it down, and then stand. Take it down, row it, lower, and stand. You want to be really precise with it, right? The second we get sloppy, the second we make it, oh, I'm going to round over with my back, that is a mess, okay? Keep that winter coat on, stay long through that torso, big chest, right? Forward, shoulder blades together, down and up. Be precise with it, yeah? Again, the posterior chain, really important for health. You do it right, everything's gonna be great. You do it wrong, world of hurt, okay? This is one of those moves, it's like, it's right on the exit. You wanna make sure that that form is really dialed in. Give me about 10 more seconds on this, and when we go back to our very first move, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, static lunge one more time. If you've been feeling good, you're like, okay, I can handle it, no problem. grab some dumbbells, right? Go a little heavier. If you're feeling balanced, ditch the chair. If you're not feeling balanced, keep the chair, all right? Choose one foot coming forward. Let's take it down, right into that front thigh, right? Right into that front thigh and coming up. So bind in that muscle, right? It's the old intensity with integrity, right? So keeping that alignment, keeping that, just insist on that good form, right? Again, particularly with injury, but really all the time. I mean, injury repair, or sorry, injury recovery, the key to it is really just the keys to good training, right? You train smart, and the movements should reinforce good organization and good use, a good neural fire, okay? If you train poorly, it's going to be the opposite. So when you're injured, you just need to dial out even further. Good. Give me 5 seconds on this, and we switch it to the other side. 3, 2, 1, stop. Good. Same thing. Now we go other side. Switch your legs, switch the chair to the other side for using that for balance. And we go to the other side. Taking it down, back knee close to or even touching the ground. Sometimes what I like to do on this, keep going, is put my mat between my feet, right? So what I would do is I would take my one leg here, one leg there, right? And then I can get contact and I'm not worried about, bashing that knee into something hard, okay? Let's keep going, 10 more seconds. Awesome, everybody. Everyone's looking good. Tamara, Patricia, John, James's iPad, Morgan, Irina. Irina, thank you so much for being here. I love when people come and try out the class. Hopefully you'll become a regular. Good, stop, nice job. Okay, let's go to our push-up, switch it up. So, hold it on the edge of your thing or the floor as you wish, okay? And let's take it down. Now, if you're feeling good and advanced and you want to, you can give it a push and make this a power move, just like we did in the last few days. Taking it down, lower shoulder blades come together and give it a push, right? That's only if you're feeling 100%, right? So that's another option on this push-up. Most people have been here for a while, so it's like, okay, we can mix it up a little bit. You can do the renegade row if you want to. You can do hands on the floor if you want to, right? Or you can do a nice control. All of them are useful for everybody, right? If I do this move right here with the hands elevated, and I really put my mind and my muscle and I articulate those shoulders, I can get a really nice work on my chest. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the most advanced version of everything. 3, 2, 1, stop it right there. Now dumbbells in hand, let's do one more on the RDL into the row. Check your feet, parallel shoulder width, zip up that imaginary toe, fold at that hip joint, lock that movement in, row, down, and stand. 4 distinct movements here. Pull, lower down. Now, couple of things, keep working with that. Couple of things. Let's say I'm not terribly flexible, right? And that is actually true, I'm not terribly flexible. And so the furthest I can go down, keeping my legs just slightly bent, is that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just bend my knees just a little bit more. That's gonna give me a little more slack in my hamstrings and allow me to come down a little further, right? And then I'm gonna come up, okay? The ideal is, again, you want your torso almost parallel to the floor, certainly at least 45 degrees, okay? Again, if you can't get it quite there, just bend the knees just a little bit, and then you'll be able to get low, keeping that back long. Great, always strategies to do things better. We're learning how to move better in here, as well as just building muscle and all those important fitness things. Learning to move better is one underrated aspect of fitness that we often neglect. Keep going, give me about 5 more seconds. It's all good, 8:05, we only got 5 more minutes to go, folks. 5 minutes, it's nothing. And stop right there, good job. Very nice, that was 9 sets in a row. Plus we got all that core work and that glute activation, all that mobility stuff. People should be feeling good right now. Go ahead and have yourself a drink of water. And we will do a little maybe arm and shoulder stuff. How about that? Arm, shoulder. So, arm, shoulder. Here we go. Nice and tall here, right? Again, parallel feet, shoulder width. Let's take the arms. Let's do 1.5 lateral raises. So we got our dumbbells, okay? Or we're just coming back. We're just feeling like, gosh, I'm not feeling so good. We can do the Sands dumbbells, okay? So, people with dumbbells do this. 1.5 shoulder raises, okay? Take it out to the side, eye level, then take it down to about 45 and then back again, and then all the way down, okay? Up, down slow to the half, up, down slow all the way, okay? Up, halfway down, up, all the way down. That's what we're doing. We're alternating between those levels. Now, if your dumbbells are super heavy, say you went out and got ambitious, you got yourself some 20-pound dumbbells, don't worry about that half fit. Just bring it up and down, up and down. Let's say you don't have dumbbells, okay? And doing this just doesn't feel like anything's happening. Then what I want you to do is pull those shoulder blades back, just go up and down just like this. We're just flapping our wings, okay? So you make the call. Whichever version you choose, make sure we're nice and tall, right? We're not shrugging the shoulders, the neck is long. We're up here like this, okay? Give me about another 15 seconds on this. Let's really get into those shoulders. Yep, I'm seeing it. That's good. Yes, yes. Yeah, tomorrow you look fantastic. Patricia, John, yes. James, and Morgan, your avatar with Matt is darling. Up and down. And leave it alone. Good job, nice. Okay, a little bit of arm stuff, okay? A little bit of arm stuff. Let's go into our skier triceps extension. So we got our dumbbells still in our hands already. Fold it down. Similar position as into the RDL, right? Kick it back and hold for a second, then bring it forward. Kick it back and hold, forward. Kick it back and hold, forward, right? So we're doing triceps. Here we go. Keep it going. Give me 20 seconds on this. This is not the easiest move. So you want, but just make sure you get that nice extension at the end. Extend, squeeze it, make it work. Someone's on here. Bob Speck. Hello, Bob. On Instagram. Good to see you. Give me about 5 more seconds to go. How lovely to see. Brilliant, Bob Speck. Good stuff right there. Okay, let's go back to our lateral raise. Here we go. Used to do this kind of thing all the time with Bob. I miss it. Back when we had gyms, back when we had, you know, could actually interact physically. But that's how we go. Okay, up, 1.5. Just like we did before. Now, while you're doing this, keep that chest high, right? Don't make it into this. Don't hunch forward. Chest high, nice and tall. And the other thing is orientation of the hand, right? We want to keep the dumbbell on this one about parallel to the ground, right? About parallel to the ground. Up 1.5, nice and tall with those shoulders. Really control it on the way down. That is important. Control, control, control. You're a Jedi. You must learn control, as you would have said. Slow down, right? That is really the key in learning how to move better, is that resistance, that's eccentric training. Good, leave it alone. Here we go. Fold it forward, arms at 90 degrees. So we're skiing, right? We're going whoosh, right? Give yourself a chance to whoosh for a moment there and then release it, okay? Get that sunshine. Whoosh, right? Whoosh and hold. Hold that extension. That is important. Making those triceps do their job. This very well might be all we have time for today. Yes, 8:09. So finish up in about 10 more seconds and do a quick stretch and we'll call it a day. You guys have done great. A lot of lecture today. I appreciate the patience on that. 3, 2, 1, stop. Good job. Okay, dumbbells to the side. Quick drink of water. And we'll do 30 seconds of stretching here. All right? So relax. That's good. Here we go. Here's our stretch for today. Just a quick but refreshing sun salutation. So let's take the feet. Let's bring them together. Take a nice deep breath. Bring the air in. Step it out just a touch. Fold at the hips just like we've been practicing. Breathe out. And then roll over at the end. Breathe in as you step the leg back into this lunge we did at the beginning, right? Sink the hips down toward the ground. Open up that groin and that hip flexor. Keep that back leg nice and straight, and take that inside arm, open up to the sky. Keep that breath going. Do not hold the breath. Come down, breathe out. Then that front leg goes back, and we'll push it into down dog, chest down toward the ground. And then the right leg comes forward. We're sinking down here to the lunge on this side. Then the right arm goes up to the sky. Back leg is straight. And then we come back down to the ground. The right leg goes back, down dog once again. Heels toward the ground, chest toward the ground. Take the feet slowly, walk them up toward the hand till we're in forward bend once again. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Let the head hang down. Slowly roll up the spine. Reach the arms up to the sky one more time. We're gonna do those arms far back, stretch open those fingertips, then bring the palms together, feet together, breathe out. Palms go straight down toward the center. Easy breaths right here, just for a moment. Last one, here we go. Slowly bring the arms down to your side, step it out to the feet. And that, my friends, will do it. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate everyone being here. Thanks for coming back, Morgan. Thank you. Tamara, Patricia, Matt Morgan, John, James, Irina. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions about anything, new people, old people, Elizabeth is here. That's who that was. Hi, Elizabeth. Please feel free to shoot me an email. I'm always happy to field questions, anything about diet, exercise, anything you like. Other than that, I'll let you guys have your day. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace out.